Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. Okay, so welcome to First International Conference on English Language ISA 2021. Okay, today I'm going to present my paper entitled Students' Motivation on Using Online Tools in English Language Learning. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce me, myself, and also my team members. Okay, for this paper, so I am the main author, Syakirah Shafien, and also the presenter for today's paper. And also with me, I have Lina Ramamuti and Nur Shamimah Maknawi. And all of us are from English Language Department, Faculty of Language Studies and Human Development from University Malaysia, Kelantan. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our presentation. Okay, so for the introduction, COVID-19 has profoundly changed our education system. So before this, we have the usual face-to-face learning in the physical classroom, but now we change it into online distance learning or ODL. Okay, so the development of teaching and learning leads to the newly emerged environment that incorporates digital technologies and tools to facilitate the students in the learning process. However, one of the problems faced by the educators how to keep the focus of the students to the lesson, and at the same time make sure that they understand it and still have the motivation to continue learning throughout the semesters. Motivation is seen as a necessary element for the students' engagement in learning. Okay, so for this thing, so we have our research objective, which is to investigate the motivation of English language students at University Malaysia Kelantan in using the online learning tools, especially during their online distance learning. Okay, next, let's go to the literature review. Okay, so first, our literature review will be revolves around motivation. Okay, so in a classroom setting, students' motivation leads to the extent to which they try and focus to achieve the maximum result. Okay, according to Steinberg 2005, motivation is very important for student in learning. Okay, this is also been talked by Paris and Turner, as they describe motivation as the engine of learning. Okay, motivation can influence what we learn, how we learn, and when we choose to learn. This is according to Shang and Usher in 2012. Okay, and there were comparative studies between online and on-campus students by Whiting, Liu, and Robai in 2008. And the findings indicated that online students are more intrinsically motivated than their on-campus counterparts. Okay, however, there were high dropouts rates associated with online courses compared to the similar face-to-face ones. This is according to Park and Choi in 2009. Even though there were a lot of factors that contributed to it, poor motivation has also been identified as the decisive factors in contributing to the high dropout rates. This is according to Artino and Keller in 2008. Okay, therefore, student motivation is considered a crucial factor for success in online learning environment. Okay. And however, for the students to become motivated, they need to be familiarized with the new norm in learning. For example, they have to adapt to the usage of new technologies, and also they can catch up with the rapid growth. Based on Sujawo, their research investigated the university students' perspective on using online learning during this pandemic. Their results showed that the online learning gave a positive impact to the students despite the current pandemic. According to Iftakhar, he reported that one of the advantages of using Google Classroom is it can reduce the necessity to print documents and lessen the risk of losing them. However, according to Agung et al. In 2020, many students have problems accessing Zoom and other online learning platforms because they need proper gadgets and sufficient data in order to access it. Okay, so based on that literature, based on that past studies, so we have come across with these studies, and we are using quantitative approach. So we are using a set of questionnaires which have 20 items observation checklists with a Likert skills of 4 items, which is disagree, strongly disagree, agree, and strongly agree. So this questionnaire is for us to know the students' responses on online tools usage based on our 4 indicators: attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction. This is adapted from ARCS model of motivation by John Keller. And we are using simple random sampling as we distributed the questionnaires randomly among the different level of English classes, and we are using Google Form to distribute it. Okay, and for the results, we have identified the results for this study. Okay, so taken the highest percentage from each of the indicators. So for the table 1, I have taken it from the attention indicator. So I was able to focus on learning during Google Meet and Zoom with my lecturer. So this a total of 113 respondents, or 70% of them, agreed that they were able to focus on their online learning. Okay, none of them responded with strongly agree options. Next, this is taken from table 2, the second indicator, which is relevance. And most of the students or respondents agreed that those online video conference tools help them. Okay, and then the next one is taken from confidence. Okay, I felt confidence about my English language proficiency by spending time on eCampus and YouTube, and 66% of them agreed that they felt confident about their English language proficiency. Okay, and then the last one is taken from the last indicator, which is satisfaction, and most of the respondents agreed that they were satisfied when they were learning using the university e-learning platform and YouTube. Okay, and for the discussion, we can see that overall, from the results of the 20 items checklist, they prove that each indicator has similar percentages, ranges between 45% to 70% of getting positive responses from the respondents from each of the statements given. Secondly, from the data gathered, it can be seen that the students preferred to use this online tool in their learning despite a few limitations such as unstable internet connection and difficulty in having the proper gadgets to assess them. Okay, last one, to conclusion, we can see that the analysis of the quantitative findings showed that most students gave positive response when they were using online tools. Okay, and they had good experiences and felt convenient using those online learning tools. For the recommendation, in the future, other researchers will need to conduct similar research with an interview and take various and bigger samples so that the obtained data can be extended and generalized to all programs and faculties at the other universities. Okay, so this is the references from the study, and that's all from me. If there is anything that you would like to ask, you can ask after this. Okay, so thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening, and have a good day, everyone. Assalamualaikum.